something amazing. Love on yourself. Love on somebody
If you're
else.
anything
Fill
like
your
me,
cup before you fill anybody else's. Good afternoon, evening, whenever you see this, feel this, breathe this, do this, my loves. For those of you that are new to my page on my channel, or if this is your first time tuning in to the Love Circle podcast, apparently your girl been gone for too long, messing up the introduction. But let's get back to the old introduction since I'm messing up. Good morning, my loves. Good morning, my loves. Ooh, voice a little rusty. Need to get back in the swing of things. As you all can see, your girl is back on the move. We are back. We are mobile. The podcast is going to different places. You know, I've been on one of my mini hiatuses, and during my hiatuses, I like to do a lot of personal and professional development, and I feel like this time, why was that necessary? Early in the morning, people just don't want to make it to their locations. Whew. Well, that brings us to the topic of today's podcast. Gosh. Today's episode is called Trust the Process. And I realized since I started the podcast, since I graduated college, since I started to trust God in all of whatever is unfolding in my life, I realized I thought that I had control. I'm a very controlling person, and I didn't really realize that. I mean, I knew that I like to be the leader in a lot of situations, but I didn't realize that I like to have control of things. And it's in the situations where you don't have control of things, where you're forced to sit back, and you're forced, and I don't mean forced in a bad way, you're forced to be silent. You're forced to be the observer. You're forced to be the receiver, be on the receiving end of whatever it is, whatever the situation is, or whatever. And this process has really been challenging for me, and I knew that it was going to be a challenge, but I didn't realize how much I like to be in control. Even something as simple as Sunday, my sister came down and we went to the beach, and I'm not really a backseat person. Most of the time when I go places, I'm the one driving. The only time I don't really drive that often is if I'm with my husband, but most of the time I'm driving, and that's been since I've been able to drive. So to be in the back seat and not have control of the wheel, it kind of put me in a position to look at stuff from other people's perspective. Realize it's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. And when I explained this to my sister and my brother, her husband, I feel like it probably didn't really make too much sense. And I don't know if it's gonna make sense now, but in that moment I realized that there's so much stuff going on all at one time, and there are things that you can control, and there are things that you cannot control. And even in the situations where you're forced to be positioned to not be in control of the situation, the process is going to yield you some type of result. It might not look good in the moment. It might not be what you thought good should look like or thought good should feel like in that moment. But what my life has definitely taught me, and what I've definitely been grateful for and appreciative for the past couple of months, is on the other side of whatever this situation is, whatever lifing looks like in your life, on the other side of that, God has blessed us many times before. God has given us the things that we prayed for, the things that we wanted, the things that we longed for. And again, it might not look or feel the way that we thought it should look or feel. But imagine taking a moment and actually saying, dang, I remember when I was journaling this, when this was just a thought, when this was just a feeling. I see you. When this was just a crazy idea that I didn't know where it was going, what was going to happen, how it was going to get funded, but I showed up every day. I was genuine. I was passionate. I went to work every single day. I drove that car. I lived in that house. I was a good steward over the relationship. I went to class every single day. Whatever your process is right now, understand that just like when we plant a seed, you don't see the roots. You don't know how deep those roots go until you actually uproot the plant. And even in uprooting the plant, in most cases, if you're not gentle enough, if you're not patient enough, if you don't show enough grace, you can cause damage to the roots. And that damage to the roots, just because you wanted to see if it was growing, just because you wanted proof that the process, God be really out here doing his thing. And he be talking to me, but I'm trying to, yeah, God be getting me together. Even in the process, if you decide to uproot that plant, you can cause damage. You can cause confusion and chaos just because you wanted to be sure that what the seed you planted, that mustard seed, just because you want to be sure that it was planted in good soil, instead of trusting and understanding and knowing and praying that the right soil is beneath you. That's what this past couple of months, man. My birthday was Friday. And every year I've gotten to the point where I start to reflect on the accomplishments and stuff that I've made, or like the things God blessed me with over that year. And I'm so glad that I started doing it, excuse me, because years before, I would do so much stuff and not realize that I did it. Like, it's stuff that people be talking to me about, and I'm like, oh, dang, yeah, we did do that. And I don't know if it's just trauma or what it is, but I just push a lot of stuff off. I guess my brain be like, oh, this not important right now, so we're not going to remember this until somebody bring it back to my memory or my remember-raw. That's funny. But anyway, yeah. Until somebody brings something back to my memory, sometimes I don't really... Oh, wrong way. Where am I going? I don't really remember a lot of stuff. And God has really been showing me, like, moments in my life where I kind of should have been more present so that I could enjoy the actual moment. But me realizing now that I wasn't present in the moment then, but I have the knowledge and the ability and the love and the want to actually be present and aware of what situations are happening in my life. It's not always an easy process, but I still trust the process. Good morning. Have a good day. You too. I know this was all over the place. I'm driving. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to you. But as always, you know I ain't finna edit this. Y'all finna get this raw. Get exactly how I got it. That's how y'all about to get this. Ain't no editing going on around here. None. I hope I came to some kind of, like, I don't know, because I was just talking about trusting the process, and I don't know if any of what I said makes sense. I don't know if you're in the process of trusting your process, trusting God, and learning more about yourself on your self-care journey, and trying to figure out where you fit in all of this. What does self-care look like? What does communing with God look like? What does communing with the community look like? What does just trying to figure out, trying to understand, trying to learn. If you need somebody to talk to, always feel free to reach out to me. You know, my email is in the description. My social media is all in the description. Please follow me on social media. I don't be cutting up or nothing like that, but I do drop a gem or two every now and then, you know? Just be, when I feel led, I'll post something. But I still try to be as active as possible and trusting the process. Because I still don't like social media. And I've been telling y'all this for years. Your girl is not tech savvy. And I'm trying to stop saying stuff like that. Like I can't do stuff. But some stuff, it's so frustrating. So I'm thankful for my husband. But in trusting the process of being on social media and trying to learn how to maneuver through social media, because it seems like every time I figure out something, they switch it up. So I got to learn something else. So they keep me on my toes. So I guess it's okay. I guess we can keep them. I guess. By the time that you heard this message, I hope that you have had your coffee, your tea. I hope that you have drank your water. I hope that you've eaten something filling. been outside, got some exercise. Get you some vitamin D. Listen to the birds chirping. I pray that you laugh so hard that you cry, and you cry so hard that you laugh. I pray that your cup is filled today, filled with so much love and positivity. I pray that your cup is filled with so much healing and understanding that even in the process that you're not going to understand everything. But what I have learned during this process is God is okay with us questioning where we are. God is okay with us not really understanding what this situation is right now. God's so knowing and understanding that he already knew that Cymphony was going to have a million questions. So he knew to place people in my life to bless me with the knowledge that I seek. He knew. He knew I was going to ask my mama all them questions when I was little, stressing her out for no reason about questions that she ain't even thought about dealing with. But God blessed me with the ability to be inquisitive and to seek knowledge so that I can share that knowledge with you all. And it has been a great blessing. Y'all, I got to get a phone mount. I keep tearing them up. Don't tell my husband because he already be talking about me. But I need a new phone mount so that I don't have to prop my phone up any and everywhere. I hope today reminds you of why this process was necessary. Why all the things that you went through, your childhood, teenager years, preteen, early 20s, 30s, 40s, wherever you are in your life, even if you in this stage, whatever, in your 30s, 40s, and you trying to figure out how to heal from traumas from your childhood, ask God to continue to meet you where you are. Trust the process and understanding that God will meet you where you are. God will love you through where you are. You don't have to be perfect for anybody. You're perfect just the way you are. All you got to do is ask God to help you, to love you through, to show you grace so that you can see it visualized, so that you can share it with yourself. Because sometimes we need to see it in front of us in order to understand that we're worthy of it too. Because sometimes we feel like some stuff is out of reach. Like, I'm not worthy to get that job. I'm not worthy to be in that relationship. I'm not worthy of getting that love. And that's not true. It's not true at all. So in trusting the process, trust and understand that. Pray for grace and understanding in the process. Everything that you put into your body, ask God to cleanse and purify your body. That's why we say for the edification. Crazy. I love y'all so much. I missed y'all so much. What is going on here? Y'all help me with my hair. I missed y'all so much. I'm excited about where the podcast is going. My husband and I have really, really been working. I think I'm just gonna have to entitle this catching back up or chatting with with y'all or something like that, because it started out as a podcast episode and then it turned into me telling y'all what I'm gonna do for the podcast. But anyway, my husband and I have really been working on a lot of stuff as far as the direction that we want the podcast to go in this year. Like how we envision it as far as us getting co-stars or co-hosts to be on the podcast. I love the way my village showed up the first few seasons. If you haven't gone back and watched those episodes, please do. Season 3 has really been, it looks way different than anything that I anticipated for the podcast. In my mind, I thought that because I've had seasons 1 through 4 written for about 2-3 years now, I think. And I feel like how I envisioned season 3 and 4 going isn't the way God visioned it. So I've been learning a lot more about myself. I've been learning a lot more about marriage and finances and children and education. Like, that's the topics for season 3. And I'm thankful that God is making me learn more so that when we actually do have our co-hosts with us, we can actually have in-depth conversations, because now I have a little bit more knowledge, as opposed to when I first wrote the script for the podcast. I just wrote them because I knew that they would be good topics for the community, for ourselves, and for building relationships and connections and stuff like that. So I'm just excited to see where God is taking us. I'm excited for, we got merch coming. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, we got merch coming. Let me shut up. Let me not say nothing else. But just know that Monty Films, y'all please go follow my husband. The dynamic and influential and so gentle, the most gentle human that I've met literally in life. He's so gentle. Please go follow my husband, Monty Films, or Shot by Monty on Instagram. He is a dope director and creative director, and the visuals that I have, I wouldn't have without him. And the way y'all see these visuals, Cymphony is just the talent. That's all. God just blessed me with the talent, and God blessed my husband with the talent to be able, and the vision to be able to see what I see and feel, but make it manifest in such a beautiful way. The way he is able to tell stories in his videos is just, it's like nothing that I've seen. It's so, and I don't even know if he intentionally does this, but it tells such a beautiful story. Even the music videos that he does, because he does rap videos and or whatever, does weddings and events and stuff like that. But they all tell a story. They all tell a story. And he creates an environment that is conducive to the level of creativity he expects. And I love him for the way that he works. I admire him for his due diligence, him showing up, for him honoring God and continuing to produce his craft and inspire others to do their crafts. Like, the boy is dope as fuck. Check him out. Let me go ahead and close this podcast because I done talked to y'all about everything. But I do miss y'all. I do. Please comment back. Let me know what y'all done had going on. If y'all had birthdays, let me know so I can tell y'all happy birthday. Like I said, my birthday was Friday. So if y'all want to go over to my Amazon wish list and send your girl over a little thank you, I would appreciate it. Or what I would appreciate even more is, as always, every year I do the Lupus Foundation fundraiser. I have it on Facebook. I've been sharing it on Instagram, and I've been sharing it on TikTok. If y'all can, please go donate. We are trying to find a cure for lupus, and I really think we'll be able to do it in the next couple of years. But we won't be able to do it without you. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Again, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a dope and amazing day. Please be productive. Please be love. Please be light. Please be positivity. And as always, fill your cup before you fill anybody else's. I love y'all.